For our next guest, super excited to be having him on back. Liam Spence, a Tennessee volunteer that helped build that culture everybody knows and loves to this day. And he's bringing on a good friend of his, and honestly is one of my favorite players in the Chicago Cubs pipeline right now. A kid I've watched since high school. We're gonna have Liam Spence and James Triantos joining the show today. Guys, how are we feeling today?
What up, Mike? Thanks for having us.
I can't
And
hear it anymore.
we were sitting here, Liam. I was sitting here and I was talking to Jim Cross the other day, and we were talking about Evan Russell. We were talking about Drew Gilbert. We were talking about everybody at Tennessee, and I feel like that was a perfect conversation. And I'm trying to get Jim on the show today, but you know how busy of a man Jim is. He's got a lot going on.
Hmm.
He's got to get in that gym at least 5 times a day.
That's
Um,
right.
but we were talking about kind of the culture that Tennessee was really just building, and what that's like, not only just on the field but afterwards. You and I talked about it when you were on the pod just a few weeks ago, or maybe it was a couple months ago. It feels like some time now.
Hmm.
But we were talking about how those relationships last forever, and today obviously we're doing a show with After School Matters. Can you kind of talk about your experiences of how playing ball has led to friendships and just relationships with people that kind of live on forever?
Right. Well, I mean, if I didn't play baseball, I wouldn't be in America right now, and I wouldn't have met a lot of the people that a lot of everybody that I've met. I wouldn't have met them also. Baseball's given me the chance to go to Japan and like all over America and experience different types of cultures and just meet so many new people that have like brought me into their lives and that mean a lot to me.
For sure. And I know James is one of those guys. You were kind of gawking over him the last time we had a podcast on together
Right.
talking about how much you love his game. But James, for you, being able to meet as many people as you have and really just build those relationships with not just players but coaches, what has that meant to you in your childhood years?
Um, I think that's really what baseball's all about. People come from completely different cultures to play the same game and work together to win a ball game. It's all about competing. And that's like my favorite thing in the world to do. So to be able to have, you know, your teammates not only like your best friends too, to be able to compete against people every single day is one of the greatest things you can possibly do. So, I mean, I love it. And, our relationships only grow stronger every single day, and you only meet more and more new people. So, it's great. It's a lot of fun.
Without a doubt, man. And James, I do want to ask you because, like I said, I did geek over you, man, ever since the Cubs drafted you. And it's been a big year. It's been a big year. I remember, when the pipeline, quote unquote, on MLB.com came out, and you were outside of the top 20 at the beginning of the year. Right now, sitting in that top 10, how is and this is more so of like of a relationship kind of conversation. How has it really been for you handling that and understanding that there's all this pressure now, but you have individuals like Liam and a bunch of others throughout the organization that kind of just, hold you down and still just, focusing on that day-to-day work?
hmm I mean, rankings are rankings. They're
Right.
always going to be there. But I think it's more about just being ready to go every single day, like ready to help your team in whatever way you can. Showing up to the field, like just ready to go, like doing my job, making sure I'm getting it done right. So I think that's the most important thing.
For sure. And Liam, we kind of sat here and we talked about, what it meant for you playing in Tennessee and what that culture really instilled. And when you look in somewhere, a place like Chicago, it's a really big market to have to be able to handle. And that's a conversation of not just as a player. And, some people are born into it. I was born into it. It's one of these conversations where, there's so many different ways your life can go as, either a white male, a black male, a Hispanic, whatever it may be, boy, girl. It's really just a kind of a throw a dart on a board and hope you land somewhere positive kind of situation. And right now, being able to be in Chicago and to be an influence. And I love and appreciate you guys for even being on here today. It means the world to not only me, but to so many other people. From top to bottom of After School Matters, we appreciate it. And right now, to be able to do this already, how excited are you to be able to give back to the community and really just kind of be more than baseball?
Right. Absolutely. I'm super excited because the community is the reason why I'm able to like be able to play baseball. Like they're the people that come to the games and support us. And I know the Chicago fans, they're more passionate than anybody. Kind of like in Tennessee, like those fans that you just love to play for, you love to compete for, and do anything you can for them because you know that they're just so bought into like the program and passionate about it. But also giving back to the community. Like growing up, everybody above me was giving back to me and helping me. So it just feels like the only thing to do now is give back to the community and help those other kids that are in the same position that I was in achieve and grow into the players or the people that they want to be.
Without a doubt. And James, it's really unfortunate because Liam kind of put our transition to where I was going to throw it at you. I was going to throw it at you a little bit later, but Liam set it up perfectly. For you growing up, I want to talk to you, man. Not a lot of people know who was your favorite team growing up, who's one of your favorite athletes growing up. And it's okay. If you sit here right now, bro, and you tell me it's the Chicago White Sox, we will still
No.
continue this conversation. But I'm just curious, favorite players, favorite athletes, who you got in mind?
Favorite team growing up was definitely the Phillies.
I can respect it. I can respect it.
And I'm a big Trout guy, and I love Kyle Schwarber.
Man, you're just giving all the good answers today. I can't be mad at any of it. I can't be mad at anything. You know, we love Schwarbs over here. We still got mad love, and him ending up in Philly, I bet that's a dream come true for you.
Yeah.
But you know, looking at that, and Liam, this is a question for you too. When you have these conversations right now, you know, say your favorite player is a Mike Trout, but how much are you trying to? And this is for me too. You know, it's a conversation to where I would try to be like my favorite players. I remember trying to be like Ken Griffey Jr. It didn't go so well, in case you guys are wondering. But you know, it's a conversation to where you try to imitate that and duplicate it. If for you guys, does that go into your favorite players, or do you watch other people's games as well that kind of relate more to what you try to do?
What's your answer?
I'd say that you always want to be your own player, but that can come from many different things. Like you can learn different things from different people, and
Right.
just it's kind of like that's what hitting is just taking what you want or taking what you like and just discarding the rest. So I think that you can find a way to still be yourself, but have some of other players in you. Like approach wise, just picking up stuff from what other players are thinking, asking questions, stuff like that is like you can mimic other people, but you still have to end up it's your approach, it's your game to play. So you can't necessarily just try and be someone else.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No, 100%. I was even telling Liam, I remember we were talking about, you know, I'm a big Mike Trout guy too, but James, for you not knowing, I'm 5'8", bro. Like, I understand I'm not pimping a baseball 500 feet on the regular. So guys I would watch is Billy Hamilton. Guys like that who, you know, I'm better at rounding the bases. I'm better at just playing defense and really doing my thing. And, you know, when everybody sits around a room and everybody's talking, oh, I watch Frank Thomas, I watch Ken Griffey, I watch Shohei, I watch Mike Trout. Then there's me just chilling in the back like, yo, let me tell y'all a little something about Billy Hamilton. Like, let me break this down for everybody. But I think that's the beauty of the game. And that's a conversation to where, you know, everybody has these personalities and everybody has this different ideal of, you know, how you view a player. And I think you said it perfectly, you know, and I've talked to Liam about it before. Guys like Kyle, they excite me, bro. They make me so excited. And I think, you know, even Liam can attest to it. Evan Russell is one of those guys too. You know, they might play catcher in college, but I wouldn't put Evan Russell in a box of where he can play. I think he can do so much. And Kyle turned into this DH left fielder that, you know, is playing all-star baseball. And that's a conversation right now to where, you know, I think baseball really does put you in that box of understanding like, hey, we can do so many different things outside of just this one specific position. And that's kind of what we were doing today and having that conversation of that's just life. I think right now you get put in this spot in Chicago and there's so many different realms of what you could end up doing. And some are good, some are bad, and some are kind of like in between. But, you know, it's a conversation to where, you know, we're not going to put anybody into a box. So Liam, for you especially too, we've had this conversation about, you know, playing short, playing second. How important is it to you, like we talked about before, about just being so diverse in what you do and being able to just adapt to any situation?
Yeah, I mean, it makes you more valuable as a player if you can play 6 positions on the field. You can be that guy to like rotate around, and when other people need a break, you're there to like fill in and help them out. And it's the biggest reason why I was able to get in the lineup a freshman year of college and stick with it. So just being able to be defense, because my favorite player was Derek Jeter growing up, and so I wanted to be a shortstop. But it's a pretty position, so you got to understand to be able to play every other spot around it, and it's fun. It's nice to mix it up as well. So and it helps your team, so it's a win-win.
100%. You kind of set it up. Liam, I apologize to you because I didn't want to do this to you, but I'm checking out Team USA for the World Baseball Classic this year, and it just got finalized for at least the starters. At least the starters we're looking at. We really don't know what the pitchers are looking at too far, but Liam, have you gotten a chance to kind of see how that's going and to kind of see what's about to happen to the rest of the world come next spring?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen on Instagram and Twitter like that whoever's just committed to play, and the team does look pretty good. It's a pretty powerhouse team, and I'm not sure what the Australia team looks like yet, but I think that they're going to be in it to compete this year. So hopefully we see some Australia versus USA.
So, quick question though, Liam, if you get the call playing for Team Australia, what are we doing? Are we packing our bags and heading there?
Yeah, I would love to. That dream come true for me.
100%. But Liam, we'd rather have you here, bro. We know we'd rather have you on Team USA. But James, for you, I know you guys are super busy. You got a lot of things to do today. I won't keep you too much longer. But there's a lot of talk right now, and we just had Brennan Davis on here not too long ago, and we're gonna have Cole on later. For you right now, really just looking forward to spring training next year. And Liam, this is for you too. How eager are you to kind of get all of these guys back together? Because I think one of the biggest things people don't realize about baseball is we look at the top 10 projections in the pipeline. We look at top 20. These guys are all in all different places of the US. And Brennan Davis might not personally talk to Pete Crow Armstrong just because one's in Myrtle Beach, one's in South Bend, one's in Iowa, and in the middle of Iowa. So for you guys to really get back in spring training, not only to have everybody in the pipeline that gets invited, but to have the starters in the bigs there as well. How important is that for you guys, and how exciting is it?
It was a really good experience. I love my time in spring training. I met so many new people that I didn't like. I was in Arizona all last year, and I met probably 100 new people, and it was a really cool experience. You're not only just like getting to practice with them, you're playing games with them too. So I'm really excited for that, just to be able to see all my friends. And I mean, yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So because we're going to be there every day doing something,
Right.
so it's going to be awesome.
Right, you're at the field for so long, like you become so close with these guys, and then you don't see them for a couple of months. So it's kind of that time of the year where all your friends come back together. So I know I'm excited for it.
It's going to be a blast, man. I can't wait to see you guys continue to just do your thing. I do truly appreciate you guys coming on today. Before we get out of here, I'm sure there's one question. We had a poll before we started today's live stream of, what questions you want to ask everybody. And one of them for Brennan that I loved was, where the hell are you? Somebody wrote, where the hell are you? And it got 44 likes. And I get it. I completely understand it. We're struggling up here right now. But right now, I saw a couple for you guys. So if you guys don't mind, Liam, biggest question for you right now on the poll, and I promise you, in off the bench probably had something to do with this, but it doesn't tell me who said it, so I'm not sure. But it does say, out of everybody in Tennessee, who are you hitting up most consistently, just chopping it up with?
It's a combination of Max Ferguson and Connor Pavoloni, I'd say. They're both very different in their perspectives of the game, but they give great insights all the time, and they're just easy to shoot around with and just message and see how it's going, because they're all going through the same thing. They know how tough it is. They know what the grind's like, and sometimes you just need to be able to take your focus away from baseball and think about other things in life.
100%, 100%. Now, James, I don't like this question for you. I feel like no matter what, people are gonna love you or people are gonna hate you. Deep dish or thin crust? What are we thinking right now on the pizza aspect? How are we feeling about? I don't know if you've ever had Chicago pizza, but there's a James. Just tread carefully, brother, please.
I've never had Chicago pizza before, actually.
That's an amazing answer. I
Uh,
feel like that was even if you're lying to me right now, it's the safest
I've been to
answer.
Chicago one time, and it was in the off season last year.
Such a
So
safe answer. I applaud you for it because I would have fumbled the bag. I would have said deep dish, and then everybody would have destroyed me. But guys, I truly do appreciate you coming on. James, really quick, and then Liam, can you guys plug in your Instagrams? Plug in anywhere anybody can follow you. Let's run up their board.
put it in the chat.
Oh no, my Instagram is Liam.Spence_, but I'm sure if you looked up name Spence, you'd find it. And
Yeah,
same on Twitter. But
Same with James.
yeah. If you just look up James Triantos, I'm sure my name will come up.
100%, I'm sure, and I'm sure if you put in Mike Hughes, my name will come up too. But with that being said, I do appreciate you guys coming on today, man. It's been a blast, and we can't wait to lock in again someday, man.
Awesome, I appreciate you, Mike.
Thank you.